If you're like me and you love EDC, then you probably got a lot of pouches. And I have a lot of them to choose from. It's kind of mind-blowing, actually, how many of these I have and have accumulated over the past few years. But I've always been searching for that one really great pouch that could really satisfy every need and every possible situation that I could throw at it. And I think I might have found it. This is the Cap 2L, or Civic Access Pouch from Evergoods. And it is fantastic, bar none. It's one of the best pouches I've ever used. Did you know that this channel just became EDC exclusive? We're going to be going over a lot of other things, a lot of other everyday carry items, from bags to organizers to pouches to knives to all sorts of different geeky EDC stuff, and it's going to be great. We're not going to have any technology. I've separated those out into different channels. You can go check those out. The links are in the description. And we're just going to be exclusive EDC, so if you want to go ahead and like and subscribe, that would really help us grow. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by March, and so help me hit that goal. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get back to the video. You can't really call it a pouch per se. It's more of an organizer. In fact, you're going to be using this as a bag organizer. You see the size here. We're going to give you the sizes. It's about 10 inches wide, 4 inches deep, and about 5.5 inches tall. And before we get to anything else, I want to make sure that you know that it can fit in probably the smallest bags that you can think of. And so here's just a few examples of some of the bags that I tried it in. These are, again, small bags. I use a GoRuck Bullet 10 liter, and that's a very small pack. And this is a 2 liter. This is listed as a 2 liter organizer. And so it takes up the entire bottom part of the GoRuck 10 liter there. There's no room on the side. In fact, it's a pretty snug fit. But I can zip it up. It actually fits very perfectly. I actually did not plan that. I actually bought this organizer for my Bellroy backpack that I have, and this is one of the Bellroy backpacks that I have, and it absolutely fits phenomenally. You wouldn't necessarily consider this one of those EDC, tactical backpacks, but it's a really nice pack, and it's got a dedicated laptop pouch as well as a big front pouch as well. We'll have a couple of reviews here coming up here on the channel. But as you can see, it fits absolutely perfectly. And then another small bag, I have a GoRuck Bullet 15 liter. And that actually fits with plenty of room on the side. In fact, stuff falls in there when I use this in the bottom of that as a organizer in the bottom of that bag, the 15 liter. And you can see here the sides have a little bit of room on them, but those small bags are going to be really good examples for you. If those small bags, those 10 liter bags fit this organizer, then odds are your pack is going to be able to fit this organizer. And again, I gave you the dimensions before, but it's really, really cool. We're going to take a look at this in depth. We're going to go over here to the desk, and I'm going to empty out all the stuff I have in it. Again, just the loadout is just an example, but I wanted to show you all of what can fit in this bag. It's a really nice tech organizer. There's been some other examples of this. The Peak Design organizer, which I've also had and I like, and it's pretty similar to this. It felt like it had too much fabric in it. This one feels just right. In fact, there's only a few changes that I would make, and I'll tell you about those at the end of the video. But other than that, this is a phenomenal organizer. I wouldn't exactly call it a pouch. You're not gonna be putting this on your belt and be toting it around like a fanny pack or anything like that, or you're not gonna be putting it in a sling. It does not have any kind of places. It does have a couple of loops that you can loop it around and use it as a bag, a purse, or a strap. You can't strap it across your chest like this, but it is a phenomenally built, well-designed pack from Evergoods, and it organizes everything that I need, and it's flexible, and I can move it in different configurations, and I'll show you those here in just a second. The only thing about this is not readily available. Evergoods did not send this to me. I purchased this with my own funds, and I got it a few months ago and have been putting it through the paces and using it. But it took me several months, probably about 6 months, to get one from the time I ordered to the time that they actually delivered. And again, the world is in the midst of supply shortages, a pandemic, shipping shortages, all sorts of different things like that. And so you have to give the company, this independent company, a little bit of grace. But at the same time, they deliver a fantastic product, and they do these batches on certain levels. And so if you order now, I think they've got something where they might be shipping in March. And so you can go to their website, Evergoods, and check that out. Let me quit yakking and let's get over here to the desk and check out what's on the inside of this thing. All right, so this is it, the Cap 2L Civic Access Pouch 2 liter. You see the Velcro here on the front. We'll just go ahead and take a look on the outside. You get a couple of different things before we kind of move on. You get a couple of different things with this. You get a note from the founders. You get the tag, obviously, and this is by Evergoods. It's listed as the Cap Civic Access Pouch 2 liter, and it does only come in black now. So they used to have I think they did a very limited run with a navy blue version. You've got a glow patch that you can put right here on the front, and you can put any kind of patches that you want here, but you can see the Evergoods logo, just the simple square with a diagonal cut into 2 triangles. Right here is pretty good. The pouch is incredibly robust. I mean, it's made of a thick Cordura material. I believe it's 1000D in some places. You've got 2 pouches here in the front that you can stick stuff if you would like to. You've got loops right here. I've got a little D-ring right here just in case I need it. They come in handy. Then you've got the back swinging around, and you'll notice the zipper is kind of angled here. So the zipper angles a little bit, and I'll show you exactly what that does here in a second. If you've seen their videos, you know exactly what it does, but it's the best feature of this pouch. I like this external access right here to the top where you can access all of your stuff, and I'm going to be taking everything out of this here in just a second. But you can access it that way, and you can also access it when you open it up. So it's really robust. It's got a really nice bottom. You've even got a handhold on the bottom. You got a handhold on the top. You can carry this around like this. You could probably find a way to attach some things and use this as almost like a lady's purse or a day bag or something like that. It would be very good, I think, if you did that. So let's go ahead and open this up, see what I've got in here, and we'll talk about some of the features. Okay, it opens up like this, and you can see the angled, because you can just kind of do it in one. Yeah, I can do it with one hand, so I can hold it with one hand and kind of do that. It's really nice. YKK zippers, really fantastic. You actually flip it around backwards to have it on your desk, and this is how I like to sit it on my desk. It's really nice, and you can fit a lot of different things in here, and I've got this arranged specifically for my needs. I've got a little knife here, and we'll go over everything like that, but you can see the angle is just about perfect, and it just sits there on your desk. It's a nice little desk caddy so that you can access all of your things. That's why it's called the access pouch, I guess. This top part is what we'll go over first. I've got a little Gerber zip. It's kind of it's meant to be a keychain kind of knife, and it just comes out, and it's good for opening boxes. I really like this little knife. It's really nice for ripping open all the packages and boxes, especially around Christmas time, that I get nowadays. Now, remember what I told you about the external access here? You've got the external access right here that goes into the same pocket right here. And this is a nice netting that you've got here. Little things are not going to fall out, but I got pencils, pens. You've got a nice little lanyard attachment in here that you can attach keys to. I usually actually have some keys on there, and they're hanging up on the wall here. But I've got stuff like a SD card reader, pens and pencils of all types. And we'll just go ahead and throw those out of here. And you can see it's a pretty expansive little area that you've got to put things in here. So you've got a lot more room than what I'm using in here as well. So, and again, it's this almost stiff kind of material. It's not flopping around or anything like that. Let's move to the center of the pack here, and you'll notice you've got a couple of pockets that can expand and contract. I've got the black Onyx Edition Swiss Army knife. Go ahead and take that out. And I love this little thing. It's a little bit thicker than your standard Swiss Army knife, but it's got black blades on it. Excellent gift. I think it was 40 bucks. It's got a little light on it. It's got even got a pin. I can put the pin out. I love this little thing. It comes in handy so much, and I like to keep it in here as well. I've also got a little Key Smart clip on that. I love these little Key Smart clips, and you can put those on anything, so I can put that in my pocket if I want. Got a couple of hard drives, nothing fantastic. These are Samsung T5s. I've got a T7 as well, and I just like to keep these on hand because I don't have a lot of onboard storage on my computer. So this is a Samsung T7. This is my Final Cut Pro scratch disc, and we'll just kind of put these over to the side. Right here, I've got a Anker 20 watt IQ charger, and very nice little charger. It will charge an iPhone pretty quickly. It'll charge an iPad also pretty quickly, and in a pinch it will even charge my MacBook very slowly if I need to. So very cool to have that. I've got the accompanying cables with it, USB-C to Lightning cables, and I've got some just Night Eyes ties on there, and I love those Night Eyes ties. You can just buy those by the dozen and still use them all. Got a couple of different cables, just a USB-C cable that came with my Anker battery here that I'll show you here in a second, but it's got a little attachment, and again this comes with an Anker deal. And then I've got a DeWalt heavy duty USB-C to USB-C. That's for my MacBook and any USB-C items that I do. The only reason I have the white cable here is because my iPhone still runs on Lightning, and you well know that. Everything else I've got is USB-C. Okay, here's another hard drive. I've got a lot of hard drives. I've got a lot of hard drive space. I got a lot of games that I like to play, a lot of things that I like to look at. Nothing in here, nothing in here. I do have these little organizers that I got. These are, believe it or not, these are actually little Craftsman things that come with drill bits inside of them. So you got like little bits, little hex bits and little different things. I've just got a number of, let's go ahead and open this up. Got a number of different things in here. I've got some duct tape, or excuse me, gaff tape around a nail. I've got a little tiny Spyderco knife, a couple of different bits and bobs. This is my tool kit for in case I need to like tighten up my glasses or open up small electronics, things like that. And of course I've got two of these. This one is more so the bits and bobs, as far as I've got a little SOG multi-tool in here, as well as some adapters and different SD card things as well. And so I just like to keep those in there because I use some of those sometimes. And especially having everything in a little package like that is very nice. There's not a lot of places. One of my big complaints, one of the only complaints I have with this bag and this organizer, is that there's not a lot of places to put incredibly small things. And so the only place that you have really is to do that is this center pouch. Now this center pouch is really good because you can fit, of course I've got bills in here, but you can fit, I got these little USB drives that kind of clip on, these little verbatim drives, but you've got a little area in here where you can put tiny little things, but it's not, it doesn't have elastic at the top. These aren't little pockets over here. They're just kind of fake looking little pockets. And this doesn't have elastic at the top. So if your bag gets tumbled around a little bit, you're not gonna be able to do that. What I do is I keep cables in here, little tiny short cables that I need for things. And of course a couple of bills, because you'll never know when you need a dollar bill and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that back up. But you'll see here you got a lot of space going towards the end. If I move this all the way up, I've got a ton of space to put bigger items if I want. Of course I've got a little cloth for cleaning glasses and also cleaning iPad screens. I've got a MagSafe battery from Anker. This is a really nice, it's a really nice Anker MagSafe battery, matte black. It's way better than the Apple one. I'm usually an Apple guy, but this one is just fantastic, and it really works. It charges USB-C, and it will charge your phone 1.5 times, whereas the Apple one will not even charge a phone once, I don't believe. So really nice to have an extra battery pack on there. I've got a couple of other different tools back here. I've got, of course, my Griffin pocket tool. I love this little thing. Probably should have it on my keychain. I've got a Phoenix LD02. Let's see if I can get these in focus here. It's a nice little light. I love this little light. It's very compact. I can take any of these things and like put them in my pockets if I wanted to. Then I've got just a little clip right here, just in case I need to clip something on. And then I've got over here is a little, this gets a little eccentric. This gets a little techie and eccentric, but this is a Pi 02, a Raspberry Pi 02. And I've got a couple of cables and adapters in here. I can use the power adapter and I can literally find a keyboard and a mouse and this will be a computer. This is a full-size computer that I could use in my little pocket. It connects via HDMI mini and USB power. It's just it's really fantastic to be able to have a full-size computer that tiny in my bag. Got a book light here, and I love this little book light. It's called the Tiny Light. It's very small. It clips onto your page, obviously, and you push on, and it's got a very nice bright LED, and it kind of angles however you want it to, and you just turn it off, and it is a little fantastic, a little $12 LED book light. And that's helpful for clipping onto things, not even necessarily reading for books, but doing other objects and doing other work as well. I got a couple of lens wipes. These are the best things, these Zeiss lens wipes. You can find them at Walmart, usually near the optometry section, but they're $5 for like 100 of them. And I usually keep about 3 or 4 of them in here. These are excellent for cleaning almost anything, even your hands in a pinch. So if you need to kind of sanitize your hands, you don't have any hand sanitizer, of course with coronavirus, running rampant still, then we got to make sure that we do that. This is a SD card holder, and I've got a number of SD cards. I run, again, with the Raspberry Pi. These run off of SD cards, so I've got a bunch of different configurations, and it's not just have some extra micro SD cards laying around. I know, overkill. I'm a nerd, but whatever. Right here is a little. You might be wondering what these are. These are my FIO headphones. These are in-ear monitor headphones, and they couple with this small little DAC. This is a high-res audio DAC I can plug up to my iPhone and listen to Apple Music in high-res audio. It's a really nice little compact solution, and I like to do that sometimes when I want to listen to high-res audio. Most of Apple Music these days is high-res audio, and so that comes in handy quite a bit. There's really nothing else in here. I do have a little post-it notes, just to write a little note to somebody if I need to. And then my Altoids Urban Survival Tin. And I'll give you a little sneak peek, but we're going to be talking about this here in a second. You've probably seen a million Altoids Survival Tins, but this one's no different. But I'll give you a little sneak peek, and we'll talk about the items in here as well. Again, a lot of the functionality is duplicated in this pack. I've got several multi-tools. I probably don't need but one multi-tool. I probably could put some other things in there. I probably could put other items in there, but this is just to kind of showcase off this bag, and this bag is incredibly much more spacious than you would realize. You can actually collapse these pockets, make it a big area. You can put something down here. You can move this pocket back and forth. You can use these pockets in the front. There's a USB card, an SD card reader that I didn't know I had. And you can use these things, and it's so robust and fantastic. Let's not forget about our Fisher Space Pen that I tucked here in the corner and almost forgot about. It's good to have always one of those laying around. And again, this is Evergoods, the Style Civic Access pouch. And really, really like this pouch. It is absolutely wonderful to be able to use. I think you can see very clearly how much I like this organizer. It has been phenomenal so far. I've got some trips that I'm taking across the country here in the next few months, and I'm really looking forward to packing this thing full of stuff that I need and having one organizer to rule them all. And so if you liked this video, make sure to give us a like. You know how it goes. Make sure to give us a like. If you want to hear about more EDC content, subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel. Again, I said we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by March. That's my goal, and we're about halfway there. So if you'd help us out, that would be really appreciated. This channel has went exclusively EDC, and so we've got other channels dedicated to technology and retro gaming and all that stuff if you want to go check those out. But right here, this is EDC. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a great week.